What is up, everybody? Welcome to another Sleuth Intuition Live. You know the drill. We will be focusing once again on the Delphi double homicide. This case has mystified an entire planet, devastated entire town, and has brought some much needed attention to an entire state, in my opinion. Sorry, guys, I had to slow down the chat. I didn't even jump into the stream, and it's already like so much information here. So we don't have a theme today. We're just gonna throw out our ideas, and we'll do our best to talk it out. If you want to call in, Derek, anybody, the link should be pinned. If you have any issues, let me know, and we'll get that link back out there for you. What's up, Joe? It's a good question. Does anybody know if TK still works at Chrysler? I'm sure he does. That's true. Sometimes seems crazy to keep going in circles with the same information. Well, it's just funny because the information we had at the beginning is no longer anything relevant. So I think it's not about the same information, it's about finding what is good information. Where's the good information? Where can I help? Where can I bring attention to? You know, we can we talked about the Anthony Schatz information, Keegan Kline, his father, TK. But I mean, they just don't have anything on those guys. They have nothing, especially on TK. There's nobody to say that he was the other person on Keegan's phone. People ask, well, what's with the whole 40-year-old stuff and talk to my dad? Well, I don't know. The guy's a catfish. Who knows what the hell, what angle he's playing at? Jane says, D, why is a speedy trial good for KK? I think a speedy trial is good for anybody because you don't want to be like, okay, I'll just hang out here while you spend the next 10 years digging up dirt on me. No, if you're accusing me, it's because you have enough evidence to show the world right now. I believe there is some apparent so-called leaked text messages from TK where he says that he did give DNA and gave him everything they asked for. And I'm assuming that's true because they raided him again. So they're either very interested in him or very interested in that home. Because while Keegan Kline was in jail, and he uses the word raid, this isn't a search warrant where they knock on the door and they say, hey, look, we got a search warrant. This is probably like surrounding the home with guns and stuff. So I'm assuming they questioned him, interrogated him, gave him a lie detector test, took his DNA, if anything, at that point in time. What's up, Jari? Yeah, back to the beginning. They've probably done that a few times. That's why we keep doing it. Yep. September. Wow. That would be insane. He didn't say meth. He said speed. PCP, acid, mushrooms, marijuana. He said hard stuff. So Olivia says, why hasn't TK been arrested for child porn and charged for talking to a child on the net? Because they don't know. There's no way to prove that. They must not have found anything on his phones. And Keegan hasn't said, oh, well, that's my dad. We're just assuming that it's the way the murder sheets made it seem. The murder sheet made it seem is that, oh, look, they're really looking over here. But if you really think about it critically, they don't have anything on Tony Klein. Like, technically, we shouldn't even be talking about the dude. I mean, if you can't put him even near Delphi that day, what's the point? Sean Bianchi says, I don't believe the Kleins had anything to do with the murders. I mean, the evidence says otherwise, but we really don't know. There's no proof. I mean, think about it. If you can't say for sure, because if you could say for sure, then you could prove it. I mean, yeah, that looks really bad. Catfishing, communicating. But then on the other hand, you have Keegan that's like, I don't remember. I remember talking to her. I know I was talking to her friend. I know I remember seeing her face. They sent me pictures, but I don't ever remember talking to her. To me, that was like a pivotal point there. Whatever was going on in that situation, there's something fishy's there going on there. Yeah, it's possible that somebody did do it without him knowing. But why the dad? Is it just because he's there? He's close by the phone. He works odd hours. I just don't see the connection. Yeah, that would be an interesting theory there. That would tie a lot of information together for sure. Well, the information I'm assuming was found either provided by Snapchat or on Keegan's phones. So if his father had anything to do with it, that means he's using Keegan's phones, and Keegan would have to be completely aware of it, unless for some reason I just picture Keegan sleeping in all day. You know what I mean? So I mean, maybe his phone's just lying around. I'm not sure. What's up, Brad? Vanessa said, to me, law enforcement was leading us in a different direction, just like they did when saying no link to social media in the beginning. That does make me think it's possible, not declines. Well, I mean, think about it. If you're, let's say you're an investigator, you know, every time you get a clue, you got to try to work that clue. You got to work that piece of evidence. You know, okay, the body was found on Ron Logan's property, kind of fits the description. We got to work this information. Okay, work it to the bone. Boom, nothing. Okay, now we got the Anthony Shot stuff. We got to serve a search warrant on them. Holy shit, look at what we found. This is something different. They may have gotten sidetracked. I'm hoping they didn't say, oh, this is our chance, at glory or whatever. I'm just hoping the Delphi case didn't take a back page to some kind of political involvement into some type of like CSAM. Not sure. Well, it doesn't even prove that they communicated with her. It just proves it's kind of like the whole they're are they both communicating at the same time? It can't be both of them, right? Unless they're handing the phone back and forth to each other. And if it's not Keegan, how do you prove that it was Tony Klein? I don't know. I just don't see how. To me, that's like all circumstantial stuff. How can you lean on that? There's nothing there. Absolutely nothing. To me, there's more leaning that Keegan Klein did this on his own than there is that Tony Klein had any involvement. Because the only things that point at that are the stuff that you have in the transcript, and we don't even know if that stuff's true. We don't know what the source is. We don't know if the person's saying, I'm 40, because at one point there's a guy on there that says his name is Adam and he's 37. That doesn't match anything in regards to Tony Klein. So they're like, why would he say my dad and age 40 something? Well, why would he say my name is Adam, age 37? Maybe there's multiple people using this thing, using the profile. I'm just saying, if you really break it down and look at it, the case for TK is paper thin. There's absolutely nothing there. Grunge Truck says Keegan could be one of 100 people talking to the girls, is what I was saying. I look at it the other way. Like if you've ever gone and like kind of taken a look at all these Facebooks that are connected, like the Garrett Kurtz and all, they're all tied in. They even, what is it, 6 degrees of bacon or whatever? They all do that to where they're friends with Libby. So that means that if, let's say, Keegan Klein was trying to catfish, he's catfishing 50 people a day, it wouldn't be hard for, Libby to get swooped up into his little net that he's throwing out there, because there's not really that many people in those small towns, and it sounds like it's targeted to a certain like age group. But somebody else brought up a good point in regards to type. Maybe it wasn't personal with Libby. Maybe they just have a type. So I want to learn more about that. Yeah, if those images of the bank where you can kind of see the footprints going up, is it J. Kyle? What the hell's his name? Keener? J. Kyle Keener, I believe is his name. Yeah, you would need somebody you would have to be somewhat flexible, because I know me right now trying to run up that thing, I'd probably tear a muscle or something. What's up, Don Snyder? Thanks for becoming a member. Go catch up on all this stuff, and we'll see you in the next members meeting. What's up, Susan? 713 says maybe Keegan was trying to pretend to be other people. Well, I'm almost certain of it. We know that he was doing that. He had another account, which was the Emily Ann. So this is what he did. He would start with the Emily Ann account. He would become friends. He would catfish these people. Just like some of these sick YouTubers out there. Well, they act like they're YouTubers, but really they're just catfishing people. And then they're just kind of watching all this crazy drama play out. It's disgusting. That's how these guys are with these young teenagers. Catfish them probably for months, I'm assuming, because we hear he was doing it, from 2014 all the way through 2017, if I'm not mistaken, at least 2015 and 2016. So by that time, he's completely sophisticated. Starts with the young girl, and once they become friends with the girl then begins mentioning her brother. Oh, I have an older brother. Oh, his name's Keegan, or his name's Anthony, or whatever. Oh, you're into older guys? Oh, well, my dad, you might be interested in my dad, but he is the dad. Because you don't know what Keegan's thinking. If you look at him, he looks 40. So maybe he was like, well, maybe I'll just act like I'm 40 if they're into 40-year-old looking dudes. I look 40, He really does look 40, even though he's only 20 something. So we don't know. But either way, there's just no proof that that other person's Tony Klein. It could be his friend. Keep in mind, friend one was his neighbor, did come over often, and when he moved, he only moved 1 or 2 streets up. And when he did move, Keegan went and moved in with him in the basement, where he moved in with his mom. And then he went with that same friend and moved to Las Vegas. So why isn't nobody talking about that dude? Okay. You always go for the easy target. That's what these predators do. They find an easy target, and that's where they go, where it's easiest. Yeah, just Pam, you can't get discouraged. What is it? It's 1 or 2 hours out of our day. Yeah, people will catfish you to try to hack you. There's some sick people out there. Oh, YouTube has reminded me of that these predators, they're here with us, and then they'll even present themselves as somebody trying to fight a predator. They'll even present a fake predator in front of you and say, look who I found, look what I found. But really, they're just setting bait for you. The people who care and the people who are out here trying to bring attention to this stuff, they'll use that as bait. And then once they draw you in, that's it. You won't see it coming. Yeah, I have people trying to catfish me all the time. H-Doc says it's not Ron Logan, or the cops would have busted him and been heroes. Yeah, they would have. That's why I feel bad for law enforcement, and that's why I feel like we need to bring all this attention to it, because there's something going on. It's either the most simplest thing, or it's the most freaking corrupt thing that's possible. The small town, maybe they thought they could get away with it. Maybe they never expected all this attention. I'm not the greatest web sleuth, but there's some people out there that know how to get information, and eventually they're going to find out what happened. People are going to find out what happened. And it just seems like there's a group of people that do not want that to happen. Either they're motivated by money or they're motivated by fear or loyalty. It's got to be one of the three. Honestly, I mean, look at the image. I think the reason a lot of people think that the bridge guy might be Ron Logan is because I think he might have a mustache or a goatee or something, some type of facial hair. Hey, what's up, Miss Persevere? How you doing? Yeah, Red, your POI, the up car knocker guy. I watched your video that you reposted yesterday. Very compelling. Hey, what's up, Jim? Oh, yeah, fake accounts. Yeah, they come in and they try to get you. I don't know what they're trying to do. I don't know if they're trying to gather information on you or get you to do something embarrassing. I don't know. But I can see it coming. Some are good. Like some have broken down my barriers. Like they use multiple accounts to do it. They triangulate on your ass. It's disgusting. People who get their kicks doing that shit, who knows what else they're doing. It's that sadistic mind. What's cracking? Yeah, like why are you online beefing with people? Like that's so strange to me. And the reason that people attack people online because it's an easy target, you know? Like me for take me for instance, all I'm doing is stepping up on this platform and I'm providing it to everybody. But the fact that I come and step on this platform, boom, easy target. Because they ain't got no balls. Go do something meaningful. You can't get to this bridge guy person, so you go after people like Randy and stuff. It's really sick. Yeah, the same people that are out here catfishing young teenagers, they think it's funny because we talk shit about it. So they come in here to the true crime YouTube community and they start catfishing people, to mock them and stuff. Yeah, sociopaths. Well, what it is they like, I don't know, it's like they try to manipulate you. It's really strange. Like some of these YouTubers that you've never really seen on camera, or even some that you have seen on camera, might have another like YouTube that's not even their same like gender or whatever, fooling everybody. Voice modulators and all kinds of. You might be thinking you're talking to a girl, you're talking to the same troll that's been trying to dox you the whole time. Yeah, fake tough people. And why would you act tough online anyway? Because the next step would be going in person and having to prove it. How does that help anything? can't kick up no dust. Yeah, they just want an easy target. Yep. Man, shit's scary. Yeah, I think he lives in like a neighboring place, like a Kokomo type little small place like that, real close by. Yeah, the drama never stops. That's why we got to stay like separated from it, you know? Mr. X. Mr. X and Mr. Z. Yeah, YouTube is not the best place to meet a friend, you know? I mean, I had somebody came in and tried to get me that way. But the whole time I still knew, you got to trust your instincts. Um, I'm not sure. I wonder if it'll tell us anything. I know that John Douglas, he's saying that they need to. Um, I mean, I'm sure they don't need to tell us whether or not it was a sexual assault. Um, but I mean, it would be nice to know the sophistication of what we're looking at. Like Lily Peters, we didn't know what took place, and then we found out she was beaten with that stick or whatever. To me, that's not very sophisticated and kind of points at a younger perpetrator. But now, if we have a sophistication where somehow they were tied and pulled up the hill or whatever, that shows sophistication. Or what do the experts say? Let's say they report that they were stabbed or a sharp weapon. Okay. What do the experts say about that type of killing now that we know for a fact? Like, what does this say about the perpetrator? I know that plays a big part in how they basically find the age for their profile is based off the sophistication of the crime. That much I do know. Well, grunge truck, it's the same thing. It's what do you call it? Glutton, self or glutton of pain, glutton for pain, or like these women that want to marry serial killers. you know, it's like a cult. Some people are okay with somebody snatching their ego right from them. That's what they want. You know, the cult leader will beat you down, get you to remove all of your ego so that you have no self-esteem, and then they control you. It's Charles Manson. Charles Manson 101. David Koresh. Who's the other nut job? Jim Jones. It's not that he doesn't like you, well, maybe not, but he definitely doesn't like me. I gave him a chance, you know. It's obvious now what he is. So we're not here to play around with this shit. It's not, it's not a big game. Yeah, why are they doing that? And why do they make a mockery of it? And why do people allow it, you know? Yeah, you got to watch out. And it'll be people that come in and start commenting in your videos, and everybody's like, "Oh, I love your comments." And then they kind of work their way in, and then boom, they start drama behind the scenes. They get your email address and they send you something like, "Oh, did you hear such and such did this?" And it'll be a lie. So then you'll go around being like, "Oh, I don't talk to such and such because I heard from, you know, I guess a valued source or a respected source that this person did such and such," when really it's just a big lie. And then that's what happened to me is this person went behind my back and like started doing all this weird stuff. And then these people would come out and react to it, start all this drama, and it was just all lies. It reminded me of an arsonist, where they go and they light the fire and they kind of step back and watch all the sirens and the police cars and the fire trucks pull up. It's that God complex. Yep. It is easy to sit behind a keyboard with a fake name, act brave and tough and rude. Well, some of these people, that's the only reason they're here. Like they'll talk shit to me. They'll be like, "Oh, he's monetized," or this and that. Like, dude, this is grown folk stuff. Grown folks, that's what we do. Like, we have bills. These little children don't understand that. We don't live in mama's basement. I had no hopes for him. I seen who he was right away. AOL. I remember when I was a kid, um, we had something called, I think it was what, like I think Yahoo Chat. Remember, Yahoo Chat was cool for like a month, and then boom, in came like these bots and the pedophiles and the links, and it's just like, I wonder if they still have that shit. But the FBI, it's not even Yahoo anymore. Hold on one moment. We might have a caller. Caller, are you there?
Fucking.
We must have ruffled some feathers. Ass hat. I'll get you, sleuth intuition. If it's the last thing I do, I'll get you. You and your little cat, too. Well, that's the thing now. We know how to block them from showing their junk. So they try to get you on the microphone. uh, no, that was one of my trolls. So these are the trolls that come around and scare people, you know? So behind the scenes, he's showing me a picture of a place where I don't even live anymore. That's like a home I lived in when I was a teenager. But where people live, that's public knowledge. I don't care. I'm in the phone book. You know how to use a phone book. Oh my God. And Google Earth. Wow. Sophisticated troll. No, it was a woman. All right, let's put this back up here. I don't know, Diane. I don't know why it's considered bad. I don't know why it would seem appropriate for um, somebody who's watching something to complain or even to be worried about that. To me, that's grown folks' business. Like private information, stuff like that. Like, what are you here to talk about? You want to talk about me, or do you want to talk about the case? Oh, you want to go for the easy target, the person who stepped up on the platform. Oh, okay. Because you're a victimizer. That's what victimizers do. They're little bitches. They go after children and they go after easy targets. God forbid they try anything hard in their life. Oh, I'm gonna shit in my mom's basement, coming up with fake profiles. I'm gonna get that sleuth intuition. I know where you lived like 25 years ago. I'm getting close. What are you gonna do? You gonna try to swat me? Oh yeah, the people who key cars. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you're either a 12-year-old who's mad at the world, or you're a piece of shit. Who does that? Like, who gets that small glory from walking by and keying a car? Now, I guess the whole angry woman thing, cheat on your girlfriend and they come and they key up your car. See, that's understandable. Oh, sorry. Miss Persevere says, I've had a few people find out who I am and try to track down my ex husband. It brought a lot of animosity between my daughter and him. When I heard I talked on here, I felt okay talking here, but yeah, sometimes when you come on a public forum, people need to remember this is all public. Yeah, they ain't gonna do nada. Yeah, who cares anyway? Oh my god. I know where Sleuth lived before. Yeah, let's put it on the star map. Oh my god. I'm gonna call Sleuth's job and get him fired. Show him his YouTube channel. Hey, guess what? I'm my own boss. People seek out my services. Thank you, Vanessa. I appreciate that support. Kalamazoo, Michigan, and I am the last well-armed liberal in town. Nice. Yeah, Derek, you're my favorite kind of liberal. The American kind. Workplace. I'm not sure. Did they question another person? Yeah, thanks, Vanessa. I got doxxed on here once. It's so disgusting. Yeah, it is. But what's funny is that who's mad enough? Who's sitting behind a computer screen so mad, trying to get to you so bad, the only thing they can think of is doxing. And they know that doxing is some real shitty stuff to do. So not only are they a piece of shit now, but now they're stuck in their anger and they're bitter. Like, that's horrible. Chippendales. Yeah, if you're looking to book me for a bachelorette party, let me know. Did you know Sleuth Intuition has a true crime podcast YouTube channel? Oh my God. Yeah, you got to be careful. This whole group, Unroyal, Bloke, Faking, True Crime Maria, yeah, all of them. Stay away from those guys, especially Unroyal. He's a fucking monster. He's the one that's probably doing this. Well, that's the first thing a catfish will say to you. I'm not tech savvy. But really, they're sending you links and trying to track you and shit. Yeah, be careful. It's a jungle. So guess what? The whole time that we were talking, so what I did was I banned the troll, which is most likely on Royal or maybe even the sketchy guy. Who knows? It's most likely on Royal. But the whole time he was creating another fake account or something. Because he just tried to come in here. Fucking idiot. I'm going to make a fake account and get on Sleuth Intuition's channel and scream the second he lets me on. It's going to be awesome. Yeah. Yeah, these guys are all trash. Oh, yeah. Big difference. Yeah, so Unroyal, if you're watching, fuck you. Do your worst. Because believe it or not, I am coming to Europe. So keep your shit up. I told you when I first met you, I was planning a trip out there. Dumbass. Wow. Look at this piece of shit. Go ahead and block that, dude. Sweet Jules, he never left. He's the one that's been doxing me, trolling me. Oh, Jacqueline. Bam. Thank you for supporting my channel. Because I definitely ain't going anywhere. I mean, are people really intimidated by this? It's funny because I never put out my real name, but I knew eventually it would come out, you know? I always kind of wanted to sit back and see who would do it. I'd be like, okay, who's going to be the scumbag who does it? And sure enough, it was a little snakes, you know, that I thought were my friends. So something that I planned on putting out anyway, they put out. And I'm glad, you know, I got to see who it was. Even Graz put it out. You know, he supported all this. Now it looks like he's become a victim. They're coming after him too. And I still don't think he suspects Unroyal. It's disgusting, guys. But on this channel, we will stay focused. And there's plenty of room on YouTube. And I mean, if you were out in the streets and you saw some, you know, some punk ass guy, you know, in a place where you couldn't get to, you know, they're not going to do anything to you. Oh my God. You used the white pages and you looked up somebody that was listed. Damn, you're like a hacker. You're like a yeah, and then they reach out to your family and they try to talk to your family and get information on you. But what they don't know is that they do that shit with my family's going to start getting information from you. Start finding out who the fuck you are. That's it. It's Carl Marvin. I don't know. Well, they come after me because I'm, you know, they know that I'm not going to bend. And when I say I'm not going to bend, they say, "Oh, I'll make you bend." Like it could be the same people that came after True Crime Jesus. Yeah. Like why? See, we're over here and we're commenting and we're creating content and we're discussing in the chat and taking calls and we're all discussing true crime. But these sickles are part of true crime. No, they are behind the scenes. We're just another victim. We're just another way for them to spend their time and to attack us. We're an easy target. Simple. Those trolls that do this are their bitches and they can't do anything meaningful or that might be difficult in their life. They just will never do it. It's easier to sit in mom's basement, you know, paying off your probation fines and trying to find a job because you have all these felonies for being a piece of shit. Can't find work. You know, it's this vicious cycle. So now you're stuck at mom's in the basement. And they relate to this killer. When I show this video here of the bridge guy, they relate to him. That's their hero. So they hate me. Well, Glenn, the truth about Graz is he is nice and he can be humble. But I don't know. You know, I don't know what his struggle is. I don't know what he's going through. And frankly, it's none of my business. But yeah. Yeah, Gabriel Ellis, most wanted man in Kokomo. Police were searching for him when the girls were found murdered. And then he was found a few days later with a 16-year-old girl in his car and pornography on their phones of them having sex. And he looks like this guy. Yeah, definitely don't let politics affect this channel. So we don't want to get too much into that. Yeah, good thing his channel's around. He's probably just busy. Pot smokers. Yeah, I'm definitely a pot smoker. And I'm sure if it wasn't prescribed to me, I'd still be smoking pot. I think it's a choice that I made for myself. Well, Glenn, I think it's a lot to do with content. Some people can't just create content, so they criticize others people's content. It's kind of a lazy thing to do, but like I said, I don't know the motivation. Maybe in his mind, he really thinks he's doing like policing, you know. But to me, I just feel like he's making a business decision for his channel or something, like a political decision, and it didn't work out for him. Plus, it's like The Simpsons, you know. They base all of their shows off current events. So if all you have to do is sit back and criticize other people that are making content, then you don't ever have to make content yourself. You just sit back and you got all this content flowing in front of you. You just pick it from the stream. It's kind of lazy. But then again, he could be getting trolled, you know? You got all these people out here. It's just strange. Yep. Sweet Jules says here, he sure was grunge. The best now is sleuth. We still do not know who the POI is, and he cover every theories, giving us the right to speak our mind, if done in respect. Yeah, and the thing is it's okay to get it wrong. I'm learning. I barely hit a year on YouTube, so I mean, what do I know about it? I never claimed to be an expert. I never. I'm just a guy. You know, I'm talking to you guys the same way I would if we weren't on the stream, and I think that's what's important. And a lot of these people that are out here criticizing behind the scenes, it's okay to have those conversations. But then they criticize you for it and then put you on blast after they delete their stuff. That's not fair. James Kahn? Who's that? I know that name. Why is it not clicking? Yeah, I did a whole live stream on this dude. He's bad news. Definitely a good POI too, especially if there's that connection with DG. Because we're always looking for the motive. Well, like for me, for instance, I've never mentioned a person of interest on here that didn't inject themselves into the case, or they weren't already charged with crimes against children. You're not going to find anybody that I've ever spoken about. So for them to attack me, you know, is very strange. So that means that they must not like that and that they are perpetrators of the same crimes. So all you people who are calling in and trying to troll and show your thing on YouTube channels and scream the N word and try to get our channels in trouble, like we know who you are, we know what you are, and you're nothing. You're like a fly, you know. Shoo fly, don't bother me. Just smack them. I have this. It's like a salt gun. It's for like shooting flies. Yeah, you got to be careful. Man, I've seen these people out here asking for money and shit. Like, I would never come out here and ask you for money. If you ever hear me asking you for money, unsubscribe right there. Now, if you want to support my channel, I'm a firm believer in that. And I support other channels as well. Shimona Voss says, unrequested opinion. Your opinion is always requested. I feel like Ron knew who did it, and they left through his house, which is why he knew what time to ask for the alibi. Yeah, I often wonder if maybe Garrett Kurtz was dropped off at his house while he was leaving, and knowing that he'll be gone all day, he's making himself comfortable. Maybe even riding a quad down there. You just don't know. Or maybe he was walking to work. Or maybe people who were on the trail noticed that Ron was leaving. I really don't know. But it's driving me crazy. Yeah. I know what you guys mean. But you just got to keep on moving, Learn from it. But there's always redemption. That's the way I look at it. You always have redemption. The only reason you're stuck in the hole is because you haven't taken the time to look around for the steps, that lead right out. Too busy jumping around, scratching and clawing. Yeah, Derek. Why don't you shoot me an email, sleuthintuition@gmail.com. Let's schedule a time. Maybe like next Tuesday or something if you're available. That way I can have enough juice to have a guest on without it kind of getting shaky on the screen. Yeah, I've been tricked a few times. It doesn't make you a bad person. As a matter of fact, it makes you a good person, and that's why they targeted you, because they knew you would fall for it. It's kind of like, I never figured out if this was a real thing or not, but there was this rumor that killers would put a tape recorder out somewhere with the sound of like a crying baby, and then somebody like a mother or a caring father would come running out there to try to console the child or figure out what was going on, but really it was just a trap. You guys ever heard about that? I've been meaning to look further into that. I think that that's true. People don't know how to act when someone has an opinion different than theirs. Yeah, and what's strange is that people can change their opinions. Like, people change, people grow. That's what I was referring to about redemption, you know. But the thing that I have with certain people is they try to break you. They want you to bend to their will. And I'm the last person. If anything, you try to come at me. Yeah, I'm a very patient person. I don't need to get you back right now. You know, live to fight another day. Come back stronger. Uh, Sasha Brady says in interview, KK said law enforcement told him he was the last person to speak to LG. But transcript referenced 8 a.m. They were teens. No way they didn't use phones after that. Have I got the above wrong? Yes, you are mistaken. So the 8 a.m. was just when the phones were logging in and out of different phones were logging into the Anthony Shots account back to back. That's the 8 a.m. So we know whoever did this, if the Anthony Shots is the person, or is the key evidence that they need to find a killer, then that's when they were up and planning this was at 8 a.m. Now, did they talk to the girls after that? Maybe. I don't know. Misery needs company. Oh yeah, Misery. What a great movie. What a great book. But they picked the perfect actors and actresses to play in that movie. Yeah, Matt Sullivan has some good stuff on Gabe Ellis. Crime Dive. They got some good stuff. Yeah, I seen that. Hey, that's a good point. I never thought of that, Crazy Studios. But yeah, I saw that on his Facebook. He had a motorcycle for like a day and then crashed it. Olivia says they attacked you, Sleuth, because you're nice. You are not like them at all. Insecure mental midgets do nothing but cause chaos for others. Yeah, I don't take my kindness for weakness. I'm just a respectful person. The same people like Bridge Guy gravitates to cases like this, and that's the weirdos. Yeah, what they do is they come to the case because they're more intrigued by the bad guy. You know, they're the ones that root for the Joker and stuff like that in all these movies. They root for the bad guy, so they're attracted on that. But while they're attracted, they see us having this back and forth discussion. So then they chime in, and then once they chime in, they kind of learn our algorithms and how we communicate, and they start fitting in, and they start saying, "Oh, well, I can do this, or I can manipulate these guys, or I can do this," and then they get wedged in, and then it becomes important to them, and then they start taking on serious operations like trying to take down YouTubers and all this weird shit. Really strange. They're evil. They're getting some type of gratification or satisfaction or gratifying. There's something gratifying about it to them. I'm not sure what it is. I don't know. I don't know if they're just bored and they don't take us seriously, so they think it's funny. I'm not sure. Songsmith, I'll have to take a look. Yeah, insomnias. Yeah, those are super random, guys. Oh yeah, that's crazy. That was a horrible case. That was some. There's some video out there too that's pretty terrifying. Talk about scary. Ambushed. Yep, Garrett Kurtz. Yeah, he's up there. I mean, think about it. The dude was trying to get to work. If you listen to what he's saying and you believe what he's saying, when he was talking to Open Secrets, he kept saying, "My grandmother forced me to stay home. I kept trying to get to work. I didn't want to lose my job, and she wouldn't let me. She said I was too messed up." So what if that's like a half truth? He wanted to go to work, but he was still messed up. Maybe he was walking to work, got dropped off at Ron Logan's by whoever picked up Ron Logan or whoever left with Ron Logan, and then started walking to Packers. So from Ron Logan's house, you would take the bridge, across the bridge, and then you would just follow those tracks all the way until you get out of that private property. And then boom, you got one more mile to walk and you're at work. "30 minutes at the most." Maybe on his way there, he saw the girls, and maybe they were there to meet Anthony Shots. All right. The salt gun. Yeah, you pour a little bit of salt in the top, cock it like a shotgun, and then it has like a little safety button. Hit that safety button, boom. Take some flies right out. They get assaulted. Literally. Oh, was in The Godfather. Okay. Was he the brother? Fredo? Oh, no, he's the consigliere. Okay. James, yeah, okay. James Caan, right? The consigliere. Oh, my soil just got here. Emily Scott, you're in the hospital. Oh, congratulations. Wow, healthy baby boy. That's amazing. Wow, congratulations. That's awesome. Well, best wishes. That's cool. Yeah, let's set something up, Derek. I feel bad. Plus, I know you have a lot on your mind, and I want to give you the stage, and um, it sounds like you put some thought into it. So I really want to hear what you have to say. 7, are you referring to the whole Garrett Kurtz trying to get to work theory? Hey, Tommy, what's up? Yeah, that's amazing. The Matrix. Oh, yeah, that would get me. Kittens? I'm that person you pull over. Let's say you're on a road trip and you pull over to go to the restroom on the side of the road and there's kittens. I'm the guy like trying trying to catch them and stuff, like, oh, trying to find their mama stuck on the side of the road for 2 hours. Yeah, but isn't that creepy? Somebody leaving, that's what these trolls remind me of. Somebody that would do that. Like their kicks are the manipulating part, you know. And what I found is some of these people are super easily manipulated. I had somebody come behind the scenes and say like, "Oh, this person's threatening to dox you, blah 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 blah." Like they were saying that about me. So then the person that they were telling this information to freaked out, thought it was real. Um, so out of the blue, they're coming at me. So now there's the troll sitting back, laughing at the fire they started. And I think that's what's going on right now with poor Graz. So maybe he understands what I was dealing with a little bit more now. Just because I wasn't around crying about it doesn't mean I wasn't being affected. Yeah, why not? Or what if what if it was hanging on the clothesline or something? Warm day. Yeah, or maybe it was just like a coat in the shed and there was something I can't remember. I think it was on Criming Shame. I think Sonny was interviewing somebody that knew Garrett Kurtz, and they were talking about what possibly they could see within the images and giving personal information about what type of person Garrett Kurtz was. And he made a comment about, you really can't, if meth is involved, you really don't know what the hell's going on with this guy. Like, we don't know what's in this person's mind. Like, if meth is involved, this dude could be up for 2-3 days straight, could be high as hell right now. He might be paranoid. Like, we don't know what all this stuff is going on with him. The hat, almost appears something's covering his hat. The jacket, the white scarf looking thing, the brown object, at his waistline, his baggy jeans, young or old. Like, who knows? But when he said that, it made me think, yeah, if meth is involved, you really don't know what the hell this guy's thinking. Maybe he thinks he's a damn CIA agent or something. I'm not sure. Yeah, Insomnia Crew is a lifesaver. Because after these live streams, it kind of takes it out of you and you can just kind of lay back and finally pass out. Especially when you got somebody like Frank number 2, not Frank Meister, but a caller named Frank number 2 who called in trying to act like he was the bridge guy. That poor dude. Frank number 2, if you're out there, I hope you're doing okay, buddy. Yeah. And me, Y says some negative people want to bring others down on their level. They feel better knowing the others are suffering. Yeah, they really do. But the thing is, my happiness doesn't come from me. Like, I see, I ask for happiness. And this isn't a religious channel, this isn't a political channel, but it's just the truth. When I'm feeling bad, I remember God. And then when I remember God, it all goes away and I'm strong again. So when you're struggling, usually it's because you forgot about something. Just remember it and watch everything just go away. Vanessa Marie, Pat Brown worked for Indiana Packers for years. Garrett Kurtz only lasted a few days. I don't know about Pat Brown, but I do know Garrett Kurtz did say that he was still on probation. So if he's on probation and he knows if he misses work, he knows he's screwed. So let's say he's trying to get to work, gets dropped off at Ron Logan's. He's late. He's like, screw this. I'm not going to make it to work. I'm going to sit right here on the edge of this creek and I'm going to smoke this meth or the spice or whatever it is he has at the time. And then here comes the girls walking across the bridge. Or maybe they encountered him somewhere wandering around there. Who knows? But that dude ain't never going to say anything. He's scared shitless. And apparently people die in the Kokomo jail all the time. I think somebody just died the other day. Jane from the country. Kurt said he always rode four-wheelers on the trails when he went to Ron's. He said he created most of the trails back there. He also said that he drove the quad across the bridge like 10 minutes after saying he never went near the bridge. Man. Um, Wanda from Missouri says, if Ron Logan's phone being used or he was seen on Freedom Bridge, do you know what the distance to the Monon High Bridge from where? The Freedom Bridge? I'm not sure the distance, but it takes about 12 minutes to walk from the Freedom Bridge to the bridge, to the Monon High Bridge, according to Julie Melvin's video that I watched, and she was walking pretty fast. The court hearing. You know what? If somebody knows anything about what's going on with that court hearing, I bet it's Fig. I haven't talked to him in a while. Maybe I'll shoot him an email. Him or the captain would definitely, are probably keeping tabs on that. Desire, no. Desire says, Sleuth Intuition, are you 100% satisfied that it was not Ron Logan? No. Because it seems like the more I know, the more I think I know, the less I actually know. But from what I see, I think this motion video is the best evidence we have. The more I look at it, the more it confuses me. Because there's some images where you can see a mustache, but then there's other images where I see a young 16-year-old, skinny, long neck, skinny faced person who's wearing like multiple layers. And the blurring and the pixelation and whatever NASA and Disney or whatever they did to it. I think it's just very deceiving. But the more I look at it, no. I see a young person. A young person with a disguise. Yeah, Tony, it's either BG or people like BG. Like, they're not good people. You know, they see us out here advocating for these types of crimes and these victims and for justice, and they hate that shit. Especially when we have strong convictions, you know. So whenever you see some of these YouTubers disappear, it's either because they've been doing the trolling, somebody found dirt on them, and they're trying to hold it over their head. Because that shit happens. I hear about that stuff behind the scenes all the time. It's not for the timid. Yeah, and I hear things about meth that it does hypersexuality. It's like a side effect or something. Yeah, I think a lot of it is just immature people. They want to watch us squirm. Like I said in the beginning, I never gave out my information. I'm not going to give it out willingly because I don't want the stress. But I always knew eventually the longer I stayed on YouTube, it would just come out. And it's all public information anyway. So what, you know, but I always was curious to see who would do it. And believe it or not, the people who are doing it are the people that I cared about. So intuition, shall I dare say it? Lisa Simpson, yeah. She can kill it on the sax too. Yeah, if you see somebody trashing other YouTubers, boom. That's a clear sign of what you can expect in the future. It's weird. Yeah, and if you think about it, let's talk about Pat Brown for a little while. Okay, so Pat Brown was technically neighbors with Ron Logan. Okay. So if he's watching all these people search around and he's familiar with that area, in his mind, he's like, well, you guys aren't looking where I'm thinking they might be. Like, you guys need to think, like, you got to go look back here. To them, it might seem treacherous, it's dark, but to him, he, with the flashlight, he's probably been hunting back there. He's probably been fishing back there. So he's like, I'm going to go check. So that might be why his truck was parked there. You know what I mean? So he's the first one to come in there. He parks to go check out his own theories. And then once he finds them, proves his theory was correct, there they are, calls law enforcement, and they all just pile in behind his truck. The whole lost my keys thing, like, who knows? I know it was said over the radio chatter, but we don't know if that's true. Optimistic. I'm a very positive person. Man, I'm losing the chat again. There we go. Emanate says, yeah, how do we break Garrett Kurtz? Open Secrets was on her way, but what exactly happened? I think she was dealing with her own criminal situation. I think another YouTuber was um I think attacking her, doxing her. Um Miss Persevere, did you attempt to call in right now? Pretty sure it wasn't you, but if you did, let me know. But we're not going to take any calls right now. We're getting ready to wrap it up. But I just want to know if that was you attempting to call in, or if it wasn't the little troll. I'm gonna get you, sleuth. If it's the last thing I ever do, I'm gonna get you for bringing all this attention to the Delphi case. How dare you? Was you? I'm so sorry. Yeah, I didn't mean to kick you out of there. I just thought somebody created a fake account and called in. But I'll make sure to unblock you, and I'll probably be taking calls Tuesday. If you want to be a guest on, I'm gonna have Derek. We're gonna try to possibly have him on as a guest, and maybe you can join us. You both of you are both great callers and good contributors in the chat box, so I appreciate that. So yeah, look out probably Monday for something for Tuesday. I think that'll be a great little show. Hey, what's up, Grizz? Good to see you. Who never heard this about JP and BG? Explain, please. Which part? I would like to hear as well. Oh, on Tuesday? It'll probably be early like this. Maybe even 12 ish. That would be like, oh no, 3 o'clock Eastern time. Hey, what's up, Curly? Um, hey, Sleuth, please pray for me, everyone. I am sick with COVID-19. I feel like I'm dying. OMG. Hope everyone is doing well. I feel like hell. Yep. Prayers for Curly. I know how you feel. Hang in there. Remember, lots of water. Control your temperature when you can. Ibuprofen, stuff like that. And a lot of sunlight. And you'll make it. I promise. Some zinc and elderberry. That never hurt anybody. Vitamin D for sure. Vitamin D, zinc, and C. Yeah, go get in that sun. That was the biggest problem for me, was regulating my temperature. I kept a thermometer in my pocket. Because sometimes I wouldn't even notice. I'd be like 103. I'd be like, what the hell? Hey, what's up, Chopper? Bam, Curly, there you go. Bossy said, Curly, sending healing energy. Make an herbal tea with honey and dandelions if you can. Ooh, that sounds yummy. I don't know. Ibuprofen worked perfect for me. Boom. Anytime I had a temperature, pop 2 of those bad boys and it would drop. Hang in there, Curly. Derek says, you got this, Curly. Yeah, COVID kicked my ass. I was out of work for 14 days. It's horrible. Yeah, my wife, same thing happened. Yeah, lots of water. Yeah. Whiskey and edibles. That was the medication I took. Oh, it's so funny. Don't listen to me. I think ibuprofen, I think it conflicted with something, some other medication. But it's not true. Ibuprofen was amazing because I would wake up in the middle of the night in cold sweats, and I would take my temperature. The highest it ever got was 104. Yeah, welcome, Rain Dancer. It's good to have you. Welcome to the crew. All right, guys, I'm out of time. I had an hour and a half to spend to bring attention to this case. Abby and Libby, we all know, were killed in a small town called Delphi. That's in Indiana. It's in northern Indiana, not too far from the borders there, Iowa and Illinois. But two young girls were murdered, possibly catfished, lured out to what was known as the Monon High Bridge on a Monday on a snow day. Strange crime scene, horrible, horrible crime, and it's basically plaguing everybody at this point in time. We spend time talking about this case constantly. We do it without shame, and we're going to continue to do it. If you don't like it, I really don't care. We're going to continue to bring attention to this case, and when it's solved, we're going to go most likely and look at the Evansdale case because it's so close by. We've already got a head start on that case because of its possible connection with Delphi. But yeah, we do this shameless. We understand that it's weird. It's an unhealthy obsession over a weird case that we have no connection to. I don't know what to do about that. I can't stop researching it. I can't stop looking into it. It's compelling. I'm not the only one. I'm not alone with this. And together we'll try to figure it out. We'll try to help, and we'll try to find justice, not only for their families, or at least we'll be here to celebrate and know that we tried and we helped and our intentions were good from day one. Take away my YouTube channel, I'm still going to be here. I'll just be annoying you guys on somebody else's YouTube channel, on some Facebook group about it. Like, hey, look what I found. Nobody cares, Sleuth. We're on to the next one. Well, me, I'm not. The mass shooting happened. I came out. I did a live about Delphi. That's what we're going to do. And unfortunately, one day this case, people will stop talking about this case. But right now, I don't think that's going to happen. And we're keeping the attention on it for good reason. So I want to thank everybody who donated to my channel. I think we had 2 donations, 2 members, 3 trolls, or 1 troll. But I think his mom came home, so he stopped trolling because he has to do the dishes and take out the trash. It's the only way you're going to learn, troll. Learn some responsibility. Do those chores. Go find a job. And the vortex keeps spinning. Oh, yeah. We stay away from the vortex. And it's easy. You just take one large step to the side and boom, you're out of the shit show. Yeah, beyond highbrow. What a ridiculous blog. Horrible. Violet Gal says, I'm right there with you, Sleuth, and totally invested in this case. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I created this channel because of my obsession with this case, and I want it solved. Do I want to catch Bridge Guy? Well, I mean, what an awesome fantasy, but no. Perpetual is the word. That's my favorite word. Perpetual pressure. The baby bottles. Yeah, go change the litter box, troll. Here, all the members, go ahead and put that middle finger up for the trolls and the haters and the complainers and the drama creators and the people who are keep trying to take attention away from why we're here. We're here because this shit is scary as hell. And it's much better looking at the case from the outside in than from the inside out. It's a much better place to be. But this is happening constantly all over the world. It could happen to you, it could happen to me, it could happen to us. And that's why we're here. Because that shit is scary. I don't care how tough you are. I don't care how efficient you are. I don't care how much time you spent in self-defense or in the military. If you have a killer that walks into a room dressed as a young teenage girl, walks up to you, pulls out a gun and kills you, you're not going to see that coming. I don't care who you are. That's why they do what they do. Easy targets. No, thank you, Jane, for participating. Oh, man, we ain't going nowhere. I mean, you could do your worst. I mean, you know, I'm not going to sit here and talk tough with these trolls. You know, I stay ready. I'm the man in my household, and I will act as such if I need to. Yeah, don't be a hater, be a participator. I think the problem is too many judgmental people. They cast judgment upon you, and then in their mind, somehow they've turned you into a monster, and they begin to attack you, to attack this monster that they've created in their own mind. It's weird. All right. I wish I could stay. The conversation is going good. You guys have some good energy going on right now. I hate to leave right now. Hey, what's up, Chucky? Good to see you. All righty. And on that note, we will end the live stream. Everybody, have a safe day. Have a good day at work. Trolls, fuck off. Kiss my ass. Anybody who wants to talk in regards to the Delphi case, or just go over an opinion, or have some questions about it, or trying to clear something up, maybe we can help. Shoot me an email. We'll bring it up in the next live stream. Or if you have any updates or any interesting cases, if you send them to me, we can go over them together, and I'll make sure everybody knows, hey, look, this is where it came from. This is who brought this to my attention. And if it's good stuff, we're going to cover it. But on that note, take care.